Murad Osmann, my friend. It's a great pleasure to have you with me
Thank
on
you.
a series of one-to-one discussions. We tried to make this earlier, but I know that you have a very busy schedule. Finally, it's a possibility to do it. I thank you again for your time, and I hope that we will have some enjoyable discussion later on today.
Me too. I'm sure.
Mr. Osman, I just want, I know that you are a very well-known person to many, but again, for those who don't know you, I would like you just to say a few words for your audience, who you are and what do you do.
Sure. My name is Murad Osmann. I am a co-founder with my wife, now wife, back then girlfriend, Natalie Osman. We created a project called Followmeto, where Natalie leads me to different amazing and beautiful places across the world. And it's shot from my point of view when I'm using her hand, and she's in the center of the picture and leading me to all the different locations. This is what the core project is about. It's about travel, education, love, relationship, different destinations, cultures. There's a lot to the project than just it being an art.
Definitely, and I think that it's something really creative and beautiful, and you
Thank you.
really did show us different destinations in a different way and different perspective. Mr. Osman, it's quite amazing. While I was reading a little bit about you, that you went to the London Imperial College of London to
Yeah.
study, and all of a sudden now you became in this line of business, if I can say. What changed? What happened?
Well, I was always good with mathematics, and when I went to engineering, this was a decision based on maths. I thought that I'm gonna do a lot of mathematics there, but apparently it's only like 20% math and 80% physics, and I wasn't a big fan of physics, and I only
Okay.
realized that when I got accepted into university. For, well, actually like almost 5 years of engineering, and I decided that I wanted to go back to Moscow and pursue, I would say at that stage, a hobby in photography
Hmm.
for 2 years. So that's what I did. I didn't stay in England and London. I went to some interviews, but realized that my passion lies in a different direction. Though I enjoyed my life at Imperial College, it was quite difficult. I tried applying to some fashion schools in London, didn't get any acceptance because they were surprised that a civil engineer would go to an art school, and there
Yeah,
was no connection.
definitely.
Um, so to the regret of my grandfather, I decided to do something else, and went into photography, first it being a hobby for 2 years. When I arrived back to Moscow, then I actually quit photography and I started a company with my friend, production company. We produced music videos, commercials, and only then that's when the Follow Me 2 project started simultaneously, because we were traveling around for commercials, and I would bring Natalie for a couple of days, for 1 or 2 days after the shoot was over, and we would travel and do some photography together. And then, like in the first trip that we did together to Barcelona, we accidentally took that shot. Natalie just pulled me forward. I took the snap. I color graded it in telephone and uploaded it on Instagram. And Instagram was just being a new platform back then. So everyone was just posting pictures of food, of I don't know, anything just happening. But nobody, there weren't many photography projects, and we were the first ones. So that's when it all started in 2011, I think.
Yeah, this was actually my next question. How did it all start? And I know that it was in Barcelona. So what happened exactly?
Well, I mean, she pulled me forward. I took photos of everything, and she was a bit shy. She pulled me forward and I mean, like, let's go. And I took the photo of that moment.
Uh-huh.
Then we were traveling across Barcelona, across Spain, all over the places, and I was taking these photos during our trip. And we were actually doing these photos for 1.5 years before it got popular. So it was just amongst our friends, and only after 1.5 years it gained the popularity accidentally. some editorials picked it up, and then another one, and then like a Reddit website picked it up. And then from that on, I received an email from Daily Mail asking to post us on the front page. And I was surprised because I thought it was a joke. But we replied, and we were placed on top of the news that Pope Benedict XVI, I think he resigned from being a pope, and the news, like, for the first time in 600 years. And I thought it was bigger, and then they placed us above that. So
Wow.
that was a strange moment, but that's when we realized that social media has this power now across the typical media. So it was a shift from a typical consumption of media to a new age of media.
And do you think, Murad, now, since we're talking about social media, we're talking about marketing in one way or another, and reflecting the images through your lens, and other photographers related to tourism, and the importance of social media. How do you see this developing in the near future? Do you see it growing post-pandemic or during the pandemic in order to reflect what's going to happen? Or do you see that going back to the traditional way of doing marketing is the solution?
Well, I think, I mean, it all started in, I think, in 2013, something like that, when our first collaboration with the tourism board was actually Jordan. And it was the best one because it was the best collaboration. The ministry and the tourism board was super open. We were open. And this, back then, when we realized that for such a country to bring influencers and people from social media would be better than putting typical billboards across different countries, because it's spot on. You're right here, you're right in the moment, you're right in that location, and people see that, oh, we should come and visit this country. And that's what I think with pandemic. During the pandemic, obviously, everything is closed. It's super difficult to travel. But as soon as things are going to be opening up, I think the way with influencers is the best way still, because people will realize that the things are opened. You can travel. If you trust this blogger, you will follow their routes during this trip, and you can repeat it. And it's on the moment. Whereas if you promote it typically on TVs and commercials, there's no call to action that you have to travel right now. Obviously, it has to be like some sort of a mixture, because I guess there's just too many bloggers at the moment. Like there's a big saturation travel market. And I guess some countries are relieved that there is less tourism than there were before. Like if you look at Venice, people I think in Venice are happy that there are less tourists.
I totally agree, because certain
it's different.
Yes, certain destinations were complaining about the over tourism, like Amsterdam, like Prague, like Venice, as you mentioned. But at the same time, I do believe that certain sites within the countries should as well work on proper mechanism of entries to those sites, like for instance in Petra, like in other main sites, like museums like the Louvre, etc., so that it can ensure the social distancing and the safety for travelers. And this, I think, where the influencers' role comes in to reflect these measures to the consumers, that this is what's happening. Yes, still Paris is beautiful, still Amman is beautiful, Petra is nice, and this is what's taking place accordingly. I'm really thrilled and happy to hear that. Yes, I know that Jordan was the first destination to collaborate with you. How do you feel when you come to Jordan? What's the main attraction that really captures you?
I don't know. We love the country as it is. We love people. I would say people is the best attraction for us at this stage, because we've been to many places now, and it's a combination. It's a nice warm country. When you have different locations, you have Aqaba, you have Dead Sea, you have Amman for some experiences. Then you have Petra, Wadi Rum. You have all sorts of experiences within one country. So. I guess that's why it's our top favorite country to travel to, because At a certain stage, when you go there, you will feel the warmth of the local people. You will get the cultural experiences. You will have a lot of food experiences, and there's just a lot to offer. You don't have snow yet, but maybe in some time in the
Well, you
future.
missed
But
it.
as
You
Russians,
missed
we,
you missed it. This winter we really had a
we
good
don't need
school.
snow.
Yeah.
Ah, really? I'm not a fan. We have tons of it in Moscow,
Oh
so
yes. Tell me about it.
I would
Yes.
I wouldn't travel for snow.
Mhm. No, you've just mentioned a beautiful statement saying that you have lots of experiences in one country, and it's definitely true. And
Yeah,
this is what we always say, Jordan is more like a continent in a very
yeah,
small destination where you are within half an hour from 1,200 meters, you will be 400 meters below sea level with a
yeah, yeah.
different 12 degrees. So it's really amazing. Murad, today you have more than 3.8 million followers on Instagram. And of course, your followers are internationally from all over the world. How many countries did you visit so far, and how many countries did you do promotions for?
We didn't visit a lot of countries. I mean, it seems that we've been everywhere, but
Mm,
it actually depends because you can't say that you've been to France if you only. We love coming back to countries and going to different locations, different cities, different suburbs. If you go to India, you can't just choose one location. You have to every different places has different experience. Or if you come to Jordan and you only visit Amman, then you didn't really go to Jordan. So
exactly.
I mean, in that sense, it's that we don't count the destinations that we go to. We cherish the ones that we travel to.
Hmm. Hmm.
And the second question, what was that? Uh,
I think we have an internet connection problem.
what was your second?
No, I asked about how many countries you were to, and what's your upcoming projects? Which destinations are you thinking to
Oh, you mean and which destinations we? I mean, we worked with Jordan Tourism Board. We worked with Dubai. We worked with Abu Dhabi. Worked with Hong Kong, Singapore. Done much work with tourism boards in Europe because I don't know, maybe because Europe is nearby and us, but there's still places that we would love to visit and we haven't been. It's like South Africa, Australia, Iceland, but
Hmm.
like the world is so big. We'll have jobs as well. We can't just embark on a year-long trip and just travel around.
Of course, of course.
So
And
we choose.
Murad, how do you see this pandemic in the near future? Do you think it will continue to be with us, or do you think that with the proper vaccinations, it will end soon? And how would it affect tourism in general, from your point of view?
I think it won't end soon, but we will have to live with some consequences in the nearest future, at least for another year, I guess. But at least now, in the conscience of people, with the vaccine rolling out, people will start to open up. Things are going to start get moving. We see the shifts in travel. Tourism boards are moving slowly, but trying to open up. If you look at Dubai, for example, they
Yeah.
are working, but and it's really safe within Dubai because everything's vaccinated, everything's
Did you
under full
travel during
control.
the pandemic?
Yeah. In November we went to Dubai.
Oh, okay.
So well, I wouldn't say it was during the pandemic, but it wasn't during the high numbers. So
Mm.
yes, we went to Dubai, but a lot of countries are still closed. I don't know, maybe for us Russians, but I guess everywhere we can't we can't travel to Europe freely, for example. We can
Yeah.
go to US, but not Europe. And many countries like Indonesia, Thailand are closed for us as well. So I hope that with the vaccination, everything is going to open up sooner. But I guess maybe the shift in understand, and travel might happen, I guess. I think a lot of people miss travel. If you look at Russians, they didn't change at all. I guess it's just a switch in the consciousness. There was just pandemic, then people will erase this from their minds, and they're like, okay, we're back to travel.
Yeah.
Because they're traveling like mad
Yeah.
at the moment. Within Russia, as soon as some country opens up, they just travel there.
Wow.
Now we have May holidays, and we're trying to go somewhere at the moment, and everything is booked. We can't, almost any country we have direct flights to, it's super difficult to travel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thousands of Russians just move there.
Well, I believe not only Russia, but I believe whenever the countries will open, people will.
Yeah.
It will
There's
bloom
a
up.
need to communicate. People
Definitely.
love meeting new people, new locations. Maybe it will be, I mean, there's some locations that are, I mean, countries in their consciousness, they would like it to be 100% safe, because if you, for example, if you have this hazardness of it not, a country not being safe, like 100%, as soon as the country open up, like they would just travel to have guarantees that every percent safe, and only then they would travel. So it depends on the nationality code, I would say. Like,
I totally
so
agree.
eventually things will come back to normal.
Well, I hope so. Yes, I totally agree. I share your point of view that it will take time. Still, we will be enforced to wear the masks whenever we are out. We will try to be
Yeah.
much as distant and safe as possible. We do hope that things will become and return to normal the soonest, and I hope that people will be more confident with science and vaccinations, because I think that without having the vaccine in place, it will take us more time. I know, Murad, that you are a very busy person. I thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And I take this opportunity to convey my sincere hello and warm wishes to your wife.
Thank
And
you.
to new baby boy, let's say, put
Yeah.
it this way. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And may God bless you, and hopefully we can meet again soon, maybe
I hope
in
to.
Mexico or in Jordan, where you are always
Yeah.
welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Thank you, Murad. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a nice day
Yes, sir. Thank you.
or evening already. Thank you.